What is going on, fools of YouTube? You got AJayPay, and this is just like a... I don't know what to call this necessarily, because I'm not going to do this for like... I'm really just going to do this for Pokemon that I find... For Pokemon sets that I find interesting. Because I'm not the best Pokemon battler in the world, so... And I'm not the most entertaining person in the world. I'm just really here to just upload videos for myself. The whole point is, though, today we're going to be showing off Eldegoss. Eldegoss is not an OU Pokemon. I believe it's in the UU tier, if I recall. But you can use it in the OU tier. Because it has pretty special things that it can do that other Pokemon of its type can't. So first off, it's a Grass-type Pokemon. There are actually not a lot of Grass-type Pokemon in the OU tier. Hence why I think things like Rotom Wash is really strong and Seismitoad is really strong. Because there's not a lot of Pokemon that actually threaten it out. But Eldegoss can potentially be one of them. Because what Eldegoss can do is it has access to Rapid Spin. It can be a very nice Rapid Spinner because of the fact that it also does have pretty good bulk. The set that we're running here is a physically defensive set, Bold Nature. You want to max the HP out because obviously since it's going to be a tank of some sorts, you want to have as much HP as you can, and it also has a very low base HP, and then it has a pretty nice 90 base defense as well. The surprising thing about it is it actually has a really high special defense stat of base 120, so you don't need to actually max that out at all. So you can live a lot of special hits, especially like special hits that are super effective to you that are non-stab. For example, like Hydreigon going for a Fire Blast will not one-shot you. Same with Dragapult as well. I believe with Dragapult, it's a 2-hit KO on you, but if a Dragapult tries to kill you with Fire Blast, you can just put it to sleep. Barring that you don't miss, keep in mind. Speaking of putting it to sleep, that's the other thing that Eldegoss does have going for it, is that it's a Pokemon that has a sleeping move with Sleep Powder. A Rapid Spinner specifically. Because you can, let's say, you could be out against a Seismitoad, which is the like top tier stealth rocker right now. You can threaten it out because it's weak against grass. It's 4-time weak against grass. Predict the switch and Sleep Powder like some Pokemon going in or coming in. The other thing that you could also do is Leech Seed to recover more HP. And then you also have Regenerator, a really great ability. You recover a third of your max HP, right? Yeah, a third of your max HP when you switch out and switch back in. So it's a really great Pokemon in general, I would say. It surprisingly lives a lot of hits, and it can actually outstall a few Pokemon that you wouldn't expect as well. Because you can outstall a Dragapult, you can outstall a Hydreigon, you can outstall even a Conkeldurr with its Guts boost too. You can outstall a lot of physical pokes, surprisingly enough. You will get one-shotted by Cinderace, keep in mind still. Cinderace Pyro Ball will just utterly just destroy you, so you want some type of Pokemon teammate to help you out with that. But other than that, yeah, I think Eldegoss is really great. It has a very specific niche. It can be useful in some games. It can be useless in some games. For example, like it can be useless when you're facing a Ferrothorn, because sure, you could spin the rocks away from Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn does not care about your Giga Drain whatsoever. 4 times resist. Grass Pokemon are not affected by Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. And then if you try to Rapid Spin the Stealth Rocks and the Spikes away, you're going to be making contact with Ferrothorn with its Iron Barb. So you're going to be hurting yourself. And a lot of Ferrothorns also carry Rocky Helm. So you're going to be hurting yourself again even more. So that's a big Pokemon that counters you. It's also Toxapex as well. You can potentially outstall, barring that you put it to sleep first and then Leech Seed it. But if it does Toxic you first, then you're not going to outstall that thing one bit at all. But yeah, there are other threats to Eldegoss, but Eldegoss actually surprisingly does really well in the OU tier, barring that you have teammates around it. I don't think you can make the greatest team to climb up to rank 1 with an Eldegoss on your team, but you can climb pretty high. The team that I have, I would say, is pretty good, but I faced a lot of meta teams like, for example, like a Ferrothorn and Toxapex Wall Core. It's really hard. Honestly, really hard. And you also want to keep in mind with Eldegoss, like if you're going to try to stall these like Dragapults or Hydreigons out, you want to keep in mind that some of these Dragapults and Hydreigons can carry sub. So if you try to stall them out, they're going to be faster than you. They can sub in your face and use you as setup fodder, and then you can lose the game. So you have to keep that in mind as well before deciding to whether outstall with your Eldegoss against them or not. But yeah, I'm going to be showing off some battles with this Pokemon today. And then the next video that's going to come out will be a Showdown Live, which I already did record it. I can't speak English, apparently, I guess. And it went pretty well, especially because Eldegoss got to show off near the last battle of the Showdown Live. So hopefully I have some good battles backed up for this. If I don't, then that's unfortunate, but oh well. So before we start any battles here, I just want to show an example of how good Eldegoss is against a physically attacking Pokemon that has a non-stab super effective move against you, and how well you can stall them out and kill them. So we have a Dracozolt here against my Eldegoss. It's at 85% HP because it switched into a Giga Drain of mine. But it does have Fire Fang, as you're going to see here. So Dracozolt's immediately just going to go for the Fire Fang. It does 49% HP, right? I could have put this thing to sleep or Leech Seeded, but I flinched. Because of leftover recovery, it's going to be a 3-hit KO. I'm able to put this thing to sleep, and I can essentially just stall this Dracozolt out, because now I'm going to Leech Seed. I'm going to recover from leftovers and from Leech Seed, and then it's going to sleep again, and then I'm going to Giga Drain, gain more HP, get the HP from the leftovers, the HP from the Leech Seed, and luckily he's asleep for another turn. It didn't really matter though, because like he only did 49 to 51% or something. So now he's lost 40% of HP of me stalling him. It does hit me with another Fire Fang, but I put him to sleep again. I essentially just put him asleep again. And then now we're just going to go through the same process again. He doesn't stay in, he does switch out, but it doesn't matter because I just killed the Rotom with the Giga Drain. And then he has one Pokemon left, which is the same sleeping Dracozolt, and his sleep turns are reset again. So I'm just going to Leech Seed him again. We're just going to go through this same process over again with this physically attacking Pokemon. And then as you're going to see here, I'm just going to skip the next turns. I am just going to stall him out because like he hits me with a Fire Fang, sure, whatever, but then I just kill him with Rapid Spin. So essentially 100-0 this thing with just Eldegoss by itself with Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, and Giga Drain. And then killing it off with Rapid Spin for style. Okay, I just want to show one more example of how Eldegoss can do against a Dragapult. This Dragapult is at 45% HP, but you can do this against a Dragapult with 100% HP. So here's an example of how Eldegoss can beat a Dragapult. So Eldegoss is in. Basically, you live the Fire Blast. Like I said, it's a 2-hit KO. As long as you don't miss Sleep Powder, you're going to be good. You hit Sleep Powder, and then pretty much now you can just Leech Seed the thing. You'll be back up after this turn to point where you can live 2 Fire Blasts again. You can Giga Drain and Leech Seed again just to gain more HP. Keep in mind, you do have to predict when this Dragapult will wake up if it's at 100% HP to essentially stall it out from 100 to 0. Because in this example here, he was asleep for all 3 turns at around like half HP, so it was pretty easy to outstall it. But if you don't predict him waking up in time and you don't use Sleep Powder, then he is going to outspeed you and kill you with Fire Blast twice, barring that he hits both of them. So you want to just keep that in mind, is when you put him to sleep the first time, you want to immediately predict the turn when he wakes up and Sleep Powder him that turn. Otherwise, then Dragapult will beat you. Well, that's how essentially Eldegoss can outstall and kill a Dragapult by itself. Okay, so with this first battle, it doesn't really show off Eldegoss too much, but I think this is the best battle I personally got with this team, even though this is not the final team that I have anymore, because I did take Lantern out for Rotom Wash. I just want to be as non-meta as I could, but I realized that Rotom Wash is just a better version of Lantern. So, Eldegoss here, I just gotta keep in mind that it's not good against Hatterene and Ferrothorn because I can't do anything against Ferrothorn, and Hatterene has Magic Bounce. Ferrothorn's gonna lead off. I'm gonna lead off with Lantern for some reason. I Volt Switch. He's just gonna set up a Stealth Rock in my face. This is the problem with Eldegoss against Hatterene. I do Rapid Spin the Stealth Rocks away, but I can't do anything against Hatterene because they'll just bounce right back to me. I decided to go into my Mimikyu now just because I needed something to take a free hit because I didn't really know what this thing wanted to go for. Ferrothorn's going to come back out just to be annoying Ferrothorn, you know, physically defensive. I Sword Dance twice in his face, and I forget these things can have Gyro Ball, and I lose my Mimikyu automatically. So that's something that I've lost that I really need against Dragapult, but luckily I do have other things for Dragapult. He's just going to switch to Hatterene because he's afraid of the Fire Blast. I do trick him the Choice Scarf. I do love tricking a lot. I think Trick is honestly really great to cripple Pokemon that are usually threats, but now they're not because they can lock into one move. I soak up that Shadow Ball really, really well. I'm just going to set up into this Ferrothorn's face. I know it has Gyro Ball, so I can't mess around with this thing anymore. I surprise it with a Fire Punch, knock it out. But I do lose a lot of HP because of Life Orb Recoil, Rocky Helm Recoil, and the Iron Barb Recoil. Rotom's in. I'm just going to go to my Lantern because Lantern can wall Rotoms. That's the reason why I also have a Lantern in, because it has Volt Absorb, so I absorb the electric moves, and then I also am pretty special defensive as well. So I was predicting him to switch out. He didn't, but then he goes for a Volt Switch, so he heals me too. So basically we did nothing. He did heal me though, so that makes sense. Hatterene comes back out. Magic bounces my Thunder Wave back to me, but luckily it doesn't affect me because I'm Electric type, and I have Volt Absorb, so I healed myself again. I'm just going to go over T-Bolts here because I don't want anything else taking a hit, but he does have Draining Kiss, so I realized I need to switch something out to take this hit, and we know that he's locked into that now, so I can go to the Chandelier and resist that Fairy move from him and take that hit, and Chandelier can go. I can basically go for a free hit on something if I really wanted to. I do get this switch correct because he's been constantly switching this thing in against my Chandelier, if I recall. He's to switch back out to Eldegoss as he's going to switch out to Dragapult. And this is where Eldegoss is time to shine against Dragapult. So Dragapult has been a Fire Blast. I'm just going to do the standard thing. Just put the thing to sleep. Thank God I hit it. Leftovers basically puts me to the point where once I switch out, I can live with another Fire Blast. I go out to Tyranitar. Just to threaten this thing out because I know he's going to switch. He doesn't want to have that thing die. I'm just going to go for a free Dragon Dance. Now I outspeed everything on his team except for 2 Pokemon. One Dragapult. And the other Pokemon you're going to see in a second here, because Tyranitar is going to be, my Tyranitar is going to be kind of the bane of my existence, is this Excadrill. Because as you can see, this Excadrill has Sand Rush. So now he has double the speed in the Sandstorm that I personally have set up. So now I have a bit of a problem. I am going to go into my Eldegoss because I can take 1 hit from this thing. Unfortunately, Hatterene comes out and he switches it out. So that's a good thing for me, I guess. But it does Magic Bounce my Leech Seed back, but it doesn't affect me at all. But pretty much I have nothing to do against this thing. So I'm just staying in here just to see what it locks itself into. It locks itself into Shadow Ball. And thanks to my nice, natural, special defensive bulk, I am able to live that hit. Sleeping Dragapult comes in. I Leech Seed it, so now I'm going to start to proceed to try to outstall this thing. I thought he would switch out, but he didn't, so I should have just Giga Drained there. But he is asleep. He does finally wake up. He does hit this Fire Blast. I am going to be able to live it, and I'm going to get the Giga Drain off, so this is going to allow me to get Leftover Recovery and Leech Seed Recovery, plus the Giga Drain Recovery will put me to the point where I can live another Fire Blast and put this thing to sleep. He has Citrus Berry, though, which is weird. He hits the Fire Blast, and I get burned, and I miss Sleep Powder. So, unfortunately, this is the downfall of Eldegoss here. While I could have outstalled this thing, the fact that it can miss his moves is why it's not as good as it can be. I switch out to my Lantern now. He predicted me to go out the Chandelier probably. That's why I went for the Shadow Ball. I don't really care about my Lantern too much anymore. I am keeping Dugtrio at 100% HP as possible because I do need it against Excadrill and the Tyranitar. Now that this balloon is popped, I can now finally send in Dugtrio at some point to kill this thing, which I'm going to do now because I don't need Lantern anymore. Dugtrio is really important to this team because now I just Arena Trap this thing. He can't switch out because of it. He dies. And I can still keep this thing out for Tyranitar because now Tyranitar's in. I'm just going to switch out though because I want to keep the Focus Sash still intact because I really do need Dugtrio to kill Dragapult because Choice Scarf Chandelier does not outspeed a Dragapult if I recall. But it's pretty much time for my Eldegoss's time to go down. I don't know what I was trying to say. The point is I don't need Eldegoss anymore. Luckily, he just tried to set up in my face because this is actually going to help me a little bit, I would say, because now I have to send Dugtrio out. Dugtrio won't be able to kill this thing from that range, unfortunately. However, though, I am going to be able to kill this thing because I do have the Focus Sash still intact, but I am at 25% HP now. So, but I still have a way to kill Dragapult because Dugtrio doesn't outspeed necessarily, but I do have a way still. Hatterene comes in. I know Earthquake can't kill, so I have to switch out the Chandelier here to take the hit, and I know I can take 1 hit. If he double switches Dragapult, I think I lose there. Thank God he doesn't. I'm able to just Shadow Ball this Hatterene in the face. His final Pokemon will be the Dragapult, which, like I said, does outspeed me now because I don't have the Choice Scarf anymore because I tricked it away. But Dugtrio is going to be my final Pokemon, and I do have Sucker Punch, which is a priority move, and I'm able to kill the Dragapult and win the game. If he had subbed there, I would have lost, but thank God he didn't. But that's essentially how Eldegoss can stall a Pokemon, but can also fail you, because if it misses his moves, then it's just pretty much the end of the world and end of the battle. So that's how great Eldegoss can be, and how bad Eldegoss is in this battle, at least in some battles. So this next battle is going to be a way better example of how Eldegoss can tank hits, get damage off of Pokemon that usually would outstall you. For example, this Galarian Corsola here, which everyone obviously knows. Everyone's been through it before. It's a very annoying Pokemon that can essentially just outstall your whole team, constantly just lower your attack down, heal, burn you, nightshade you, set up Stealth Rocks, do annoying things to your team and all that stuff in general. So this is going to be a game where Eldegoss is actually going to shine. I don't have a lot of games where it truly shines, but like in every game that I have with Eldegoss, essentially, it does its job. It does. I'd say I give it a B+, but this in case it gets an A for this battle. He's going to lead off with the Galarian Corsola. I do predict that. I'm going to lead off with my Eldegoss. You're going to see this matchup a lot. He's going to set up the Stealth Box as I'm going to get the Leech Seed off. I get another Leech Seed off because I knew that he was going to switch out. And the thing that I like about Leech Seed is if the Pokemon resists your Grass move, Leech Seed will still do 12% automatically. I make a risky play there, as you saw. I predicted him the U-turn because I have a Chandelure sitting in the back, so he didn't want to go the Fire move and give me the Flash Fire whatever thing. So that's why I stayed in, even though Pyro Ball would kill me. It was really risky, because if he Pyro Balled there, then I basically really just lose the game, I would say, because Eldegoss was really important. A few things happened. I did miss my play off on this Clefable, so basically now, something that was originally a 2 KO, now I die instead. Clefable stays alive. Clefable could have healed there, but luckily did not. I'm just going to send out my Doug Trio just to Arena Trap it and kill it off. Mandibuzz is out now. I can't do anything to this thing. I don't really want to. Gonna send out my Tyranitar because I was predicting a knockoff, because I don't really care if I lose my life for, but he does U-turn out to Conkeldurr. Don't like this matchup whatsoever. I can't do anything in this matchup whatsoever. So I'm going to go back to Eldegoss because Eldegoss can tank a move from this thing. He goes for Earthquake for some reason. Really weird. I think he's predicting Chandelure to come in to be immune to the fighting move. But I take that really, really well. I go for a Giga Drain, thinking he might stay in and try to punch me in the face or something. He doesn't. And then, is this the play where I stay in again? I think I switch out. Yeah, I switch out the Chandelure this time. He misses a Gunk Shot. Well deserved that he misses that, because I did miss my Play Rough earlier, and it didn't really matter necessarily too much because I resist that. I'm going to trick whatever's going to come in because I know something's going to happen. I tricked the Mandibuzz, so now I get the Heavy Duty Boots on Chandelure, which is really nice because now Stealth Box doesn't matter to my Chandelure, and he's locked into Foul Play. So now that we know this, I'm going to go to the Lantern because my Lantern doesn't have a lot of attack damage, and so it won't be doing too much, and I'm just going to get a Scald off, I guess. I should have went for a Volt Switch. I don't know why I wouldn't go for a Volt Switch there. I guess I wanted free damage. I'm going to Volt Switch, and I'm going to Volt Switch right into Eldegoss, this common matchup we're going to see all the time, as I did predict the Stealth Rocks correctly. But I am just going to put in whatever that's going to come in to sleep, so that way I can get a free Rapid Spin off to get these rocks out of here, because I still don't want them necessarily, because I want to keep my Doug Trio's Focus Sash intact. I make the ballsy play again to stay in, because he could have Pyro Balled again, but I really just don't think he's ever going to go for the Fire move if Chandelure's still alive. Corso's back in. My Giga Drain is disabled, so I don't really have a lot of things to damage this thing anymore other than Leech Seed. Look how much I'm whittling this thing down just with Leech Seed and I think 1 Giga Drain or something. I think this is based off of just Leech Seed. That's a lot of damage. Sap Strength surprisingly actually gets a lot of HP because I guess I have some attack damage on it. I should put it down to 0. But he switches out to Cinderace again. Cinderace has not actually been hit by 1 attacking move. I think it's been hit by a Giga Drain. That's it. And just Leech Seed. So it's already at 21% because of that. He finally goes for a Pyro Ball because I've done this to him like 2 times in a row that I stayed in his face. So I knew he'd go for Pyro Ball that time. And then he just kills himself with a high jump kick. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill me. I would rather have died there, to be honest. So just going to Volt Switch out. I guess I get a free Pokemon. So I guess living with there is good because now I can save, what's-his-face? Lantern for its Death Fodder. Yeah, Death Fodder. Conkeldurr goes for Earthquake again. I'm predicting Chandelure. He's predicting way too hard because I stayed in front of him with the Eldegoss because it's freaking Cinderace. So I guess he thinks that I'm trying to predict. But now, as you're gonna see here, I'm gonna outstall this guy. I can't Giga Drain him because I got disabled from his Curse Body. But it doesn't matter. As you can see, Eldegoss is outstalling Corsola. Galarian Corsola. That's just amazing to me. Like, I just heal off all his moves. Like, he strength stats me so much to the point where he's not healing anything anymore, and I just outstall him out. Now, keep in mind, though, Galarian Corsola can outstall Eldegoss if it does have Toxic. So, in this case, since the Galarian Corsola did not have Toxic, I was able to outstall. I arena trapped this, what's-his-face, this Toxtricity. Then Conkeldurr's going to come in. I don't really care about this Doug Trio anymore now that it's done its job on killing Toxtricity, and Cinderace is dead, so I don't need it anymore. And then I'm just going to go out to my Chandelure just to get as much damage off as I can, because I know he's locked into a move that I'm faster than this, so he's just going to kill me off with Foul Plays, though, but I guess that doesn't really matter too much because I get Eldegoss's time to shine because these Pokemon can't do anything to me whatsoever. Because I'm Bird, he can't Toxic me anymore. So I'm just going to Leech Seed and outstall this thing. Barring, of course, like, once again, like, Mandibuzz can have Boost. But as you can see, he doesn't have it. So he might have Toxic over Roost or something. I don't know. But the point is, I'm going to be able to outstall the Mandibuzz because it's a physical attacker, and I eat physical attacks for days. And I'm cutting that out. No one's ever going to hear what I just said or what sounds I just made. But we win that game. And I do have another battle that I kind of wanted to put it, but I decided not to put it because it's just going to be an example of how Eldegoss isn't good in some situations. Because the other battle I was going to show, but I'm not going to show now, had Pokemon. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check real quick because I don't remember anymore what Pokemon it had in that battle. No, I still have it? Okay, I still have it. Okay, it had Toxapex, it had Ferrothorn, it had Cinderace, and it had Hatterene. So, those 4 Pokemon, no bueno to Eldegoss because Magic Bounce on Hatterene, Ferrothorn is Ferrothorn, we've explained that. Toxapex is an outstall if it has Toxic. Cinderace kills me in 1 hit, and then the other 2 Pokemon are Dragapult and Dugtrio, which you do okay with. This is why we have these Pokemon on our team, to counteract with them, with Dugtrio being for Toxapex when Toxapex is lower down in HP, and Cinderace to arena trap it, and then we have Fire Punch and Chandelure, Fire Punch on Tyranitar, and then Hatterene, I don't necessarily have the best answer to, but Chandelure can work, and Mimikyu too. And, what's-his-face? Tyranitar. But anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed these battles, an example of Eldegoss. I will be bringing out a Showdown live of it either tomorrow or the day after. I don't know when. Depends on how my schedule is with work and how lazy I am and tired I am. But yeah, that about does it for me, guys. Like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like. And as always, please have yourselves a damn good one. Damn, I'm getting better at these outros now.